Guys, what's going on? It's Jack here. Sorry if it's a bit jumpy. Can only help so much. It's in the car. And excuse the beard. I know that it's a bit scruffy, but look, you got to accept me for who I am, okay? Look, today I want to talk to you guys a bit about something that is always worrisome when you're first starting something, and it's a big thing for some of my students as well. So I'm just going to try and adjust this. There we go. Is that better? I don't know. I think that's a bit better. Yeah, it's always something that's in the back of, the minds of, I know a lot of my students, and can be the same for you when you're first starting something. And, in this regard, it's when you're selling on Amazon or, just in general, when you're starting something new, you're always going to have that fear of, let's just say if you're looking at selling on Amazon, you have that fear of, okay, what if I put in $1,000? What if I put in $1,500 into a product and it fails? What if I put in all this time, I put in these months of effort, and I put in the time, I study, I do my research, and I put in this money and I fail. Guys, I got to tell you, it's okay. It's okay if something like that happens, because you're thinking of, what's going to happen if I fail? I've wasted all this time, I've wasted, this money, and it's just not going to work. It just doesn't work out. My first product, isn't making me, my $5,000-$10,000 a month that I first, that I've always been talking about, and it just hasn't worked out. Guys, you can't think like that. This is how the way you have to think about it is, okay, how can I improve from here? No, it's not doing the amount that I wanted to do. I'm not getting the results that I first foreseen. And this is always going to happen. Majority of the time, 99% of the time, you're not going to have the results in the way that you first, forecasted that it's going to happen. It doesn't happen that way. You have to think of it as, okay, we need to readjust. This isn't working how I wanted it to, but what did I learn? What did I gain? You always have to think about what you've learned, the experiences that you've gone through when it comes to failure. And I'm telling you guys, it's okay to fail. It's really okay to fail, and not only is it okay, it's necessary to fail. You need to fail in order to learn what you need to learn in order to be successful. And this has happened with anything that I've done in when it goes back down to in multiple jobs that I've had, these retail jobs that I've had. There's been interviews that I've gone to when I was younger that I just completely failed in. Didn't even get the job. Then once I got the job, there was things that I had no idea what to do. I failed, I stuffed up, I made myself look like an idiot, and I've done it with everything. I've done it with Amazon. I failed with Amazon. I failed with YouTube in some aspects. I failed with even when it comes to selling my course. I failed in the sense that there's been one, maybe two students here or there, one, maybe two followers here or there that thinks that the stuff that I sell is terrible, and some might consider that a failure, but in my experience, I don't consider that a failure at all. And if I do consider it a failure, I just take it on the chin and I just move forward from there, and I think about how I can improve it, and I think about the good parts about it. Because for me, if someone thinks that something that I do isn't good, or if something that I've done isn't good, that's an indication of something I can fix. And I don't think about it, because the thing is, and this really comes down to the basis of it, I don't judge myself, and I don't judge others in that aspect. I don't judge myself when, if I do something wrong, I think I'm a failure. I basically look at it, I look at it really straightforward, and I say, okay, this didn't work. Why didn't it work? And then I don't get myself down about it. That's not the point about it. Really, if you want to be successful in something, you're going to have to fail at it. And I'm not just talking about, this doesn't just come down to Amazon selling. This doesn't just come down to being an entrepreneur. This comes down to everything. If you have goals that you want to achieve, and you want to put in the work to do it, guys, expect failure. There's always going to be failure with whatever you do. But I'm telling you guys from experience, and I know, saying experience, I'm 24 years old, and a lot of you guys out there, might be a lot older than me and have experienced a lot more. And I'm going to say, coming into becoming an older, adult and experiencing more, I'm going to experience a lot more failures, and it's not just going to be with business. It could be with relationships. It could be with life in general. It could be with money struggles. It could be anything. It could be anything that I could be struggling with, and I have to just take it on the chin. There's always going to be failures with whatever you do. And the thing that I've learned now, when I was younger, what I used to do is I used to back away from it. If I had a failure, I'd get scared, I'd back away from it. I would never touch that thing or whatever I was trying to do ever again. I'd just back away from it. And ultimately, what that did was not only took away the opportunity of succeeding at that thing, but it also made me unhappy. Now, you might think that, having all these failures, trying again and again, and continuing to fail at something is going to make you upset. But really, in the long run, in the long term of it, it's going to make you happy, because it's going to make you, if you keep constantly having this mindset of, okay, let's look at it, let's reevaluate, let's do it again, let's do it different, let's not do it that way, but we'll do it different, we'll try again. And that's going to make you happier, because along the way, what you seem to realize, what you tend to realize with failure is, the more you fail, the more you actually learn. And that might sound something straightforward, that might sound cliche, but it's so true. And you have to really think about it. It's really easy to talk about it, but it's hard to realize it when it's happening, and when it's hard to look back and think, oh, this was bad. It might be bad that something like that happened, but you can't think that it's the end of the world. You have to think, okay, this didn't work, how do we fix it? We're going to come back and we're going to do it again, and we're going to keep trying until it's successful. And if it's not successful the next time, it'll be successful the next time. If it's not successful that time, we're going to keep pushing forward, and we're going to keep going at it. And that's really how you have to think about it. And you can't think about it any other way. If you think about it in the sense that if I fail, it's over, then you're never going to succeed with anything. You really have to just dive headfirst into it, and you have to think, look, if it doesn't work this time, it's going to work next time. And you really have to have that belief, and that comes to, based on the fact that comes to not judging yourself and not taking in other people's judgment on you. Let's just say, for instance, if I ran this Amazon course, right? I ran my Amazon course, I ran this business, I started it up, and in the next year, it absolutely just dies. It dies flat, it fails, it's not what I expected. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at it and go, why did it fail? I'm not going to sit there and think about, what are my friends going to think? What is my family going to think? What am I going to think about myself after this? I don't think about it that way. You think of it, you look at it and you say, why did it fail? What could I have done better? How am I going to learn from this? Obviously, you're not going to be happy about something failing that you've been working towards, but you can't let it crush you. You can't let it stop you from doing what you want to do. What I would do from there is I would look at it and go, okay, what are we going to do from here? Look at how much I've learned over this period of a year or 2 years, or however long you've been doing it, or how long I've been doing it, and then we learn from there, and we can improve and make it better from there. So you can't let these failures stop you from doing what you want to do. And I know I sound like a broken record when I'm saying all this, but you really have to drill that mindset into you. And guys, I'll leave with this last one-liner. I'm going to tell you guys, it's not just okay to fail, it's actually necessary to fail, and you really have to think of it that way. And I might sound like some motivational speaker when I'm talking like this, but it's something that you guys need to hear. Some of you guys really need to hear it, and I know I need to hear it. If not on a daily basis, then at least a weekly basis. I need to really reevaluate my thought process, and I really need to be strict on the way that I think, because I'm one of those people that tend to waver more towards those thoughts of what's going to happen if this, what's going to happen if that. And I know I do my best when I keep being strict on my thoughts, and if I start wavering towards that, I need to fill my brain, I need to fill my ears with people telling me that it's okay, that even if it's consuming Gary Vee content or Grant Cardone or Jordan Peterson content, I just go and fill my ears with people who are knowledgeable, with people who have high standards, with people who have a lot of confidence, and with people who are successful. And if you keep filling your mind with that, over time, those your own thoughts that tend to cloud what you're doing, they tend to diminish more and more each time. And I know that I'm getting better at it, because it wasn't gifted to me naturally. And it's the more I listen to that kind of content, the better I am at it. So I'm going to leave with that line. It's okay. It's not just okay to fail. It is mandatory to fail, and you need to push yourself through that. So I know that a lot of you guys, need to hear this message, and I hope you guys are going out there and killing it. And if you're going through any struggles, like that, if it comes to your Amazon business or anything like that in general, and you're going through a hard time, also remember that at the end of a super hard time, there's always a high. There's always a high after a hard time. There's always something good that's going to happen after something bad. You don't really get bad thing after bad thing happen. If you're going through a tough time, you have to remember that it will look up. So apart from that, guys, I'm going to leave you guys with that one. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Hope you guys are killing it. I'll see you guys in the next one.